Good evening. How are y'all doing? This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. My name is Felicia Green. I'm the owner of Because We Care Health and Life Coach. I'm here to serve and be a servant. I come to bring you another Motivating Me with Felicia. As always, I like to start my recordings with first giving honor to God, who's head of my life. Without him, I am nothing. Without him, I can do nothing. So this afternoon, I come to bring you another motivational moment to push you towards your greater. God came that we might have life and life more abundantly. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to push you towards your greater. And I want to talk with y'all today about love. And a lot of y'all already know that love is one of the fruit of the spirits. So in John 3:16 it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life." One of the very first commandments that God gives us is, "Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all of thy heart, with all of thy soul, and with all thy mind." That's the very first commandment. Love thy God with all of thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. The second commandment is, "Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself." Okay, what does commandment means? A command means that is giving an authoritative order. That's the first command. I just gave y'all the first commandment and the second commandment. And that's a commandment is when you make a commandment, that means that you're giving an authoritative order. So if God gave you a command to love your neighbor as thyself, my question to you is, are we obeying his command? Okay. For an example, real talk. If your boss tells you to do something, what do most people do whenever the boss tells them to do something? Most people, the first thing they think about, I have to have my job, so my boss tells me to do something, so I'm going to do it. Remember, that's an authoritative order because you're working for him. He's paying you. Okay? But whenever God gives you in a commandment, he tells you to love your neighbor as thyself. My question to you, are we doing it? Are we doing what God has commanded us to do? On the other hand, when a boss tells you to do something, gives you an order to do something, you will do it. But when God clearly commands you to love your neighbor as thyself, you don't do it. The first thing you say, well, they stabbed me in the back. And this is a good one. Oh, they're talking about me. So what? If God commands you to love your neighbor as thyself, why are you not doing it when the consequences is far more greater than what your boss has told you? Maybe with your boss, maybe you'll get written up, or maybe you might get fired. But whenever you don't do a commandment that God has clearly told you to do, and you don't do it, what you think the consequences of you not obeying God's commands? It's far more greater. I ain't got to tell y'all, where you think you're going? So this afternoon, my thing is to you. I have always told people, you can never love a person the way they deserve to be loved until